I've been putting this off long enough, so tonight while I was driving home from work I decided I'm just going to turn the camera on and talk from the heart. No scripts, no ChatGPT, no real intention, just venting a little bit and running through what's going through my mind and the plans I've got for the future. And I'm hoping that, although I said to myself there isn't much value in this for a new viewer, that there will be, because the position that I'm in at the moment I feel like a lot of people would relate to. So to give a bit of context for them new viewers, I'm 31, I work a corporate 9 to 5, I train hard in the gym, I'm a creative, and I've got big ambitions to achieve things outside of that 9 to 5 corporate job that I've been working on for a long time. Different avenues, different creative avenues, and sort of learning myself as I've grown through my 20s and into my early 30s. And I've come to a point where I think a lot of people naturally do towards the end of the year, where they reassess, pivot, think about what it is they really want from the next year. And I didn't want to wait until the new year to conceptualise or run through these things. I just wanted to get it out there, whether it's to you or whether it's just to hear it in my own head. So hopefully that'll be beneficial to you as well. I've been juggling different avenues, like I said. Recently I was posting a lot to short form YouTube shorts as well, and I was consistent with it and I was getting good responses, getting good subscribers, but I got to a point where it just felt a bit repetitive and lacked a little bit of depth. I mean, it had depth, but it felt a little bit forced, and the pressure of getting a video out every day was making it a little bit forced. And I thought to myself, I'd like to lock back in on YouTube long form, and there's a few reasons for that. One is I think it allows me to be more myself, give more depth. I'm not one of them people who wants to get big off of viral Insta posts with on-screen text or stuff that's formulated to achieve that. I've got a lot of depth to my character, to my personality, and I want to show that in more of a deep way, really. I think there's a lot of quick, cheap success these days, and I don't really want that. All I really want is to document the journey that I'm on and the things that I'm doing, the struggles I have, and hope that some people watching can relate to it and want to follow on the journey to give some benefit to themselves, even if it's just to see another person in a similar position to themselves going through those things, how they're navigating it and what they're doing day to day. So like I said, for me, training is a big aspect. I'm not even going to cut. If I stumble on my words, then I'm going to keep it going, because I spent so much time overthinking, scripting. I'm just going to be authentic and be myself now. So yeah, training's a big aspect. And recently I've picked up boxing. Over the last year or so it's been on and off, but as of recently, once I'd removed some unnecessary distractions, I started being able to lock back in on it. And I've got a real buzz for boxing at the moment, and I think as a man, doing some sort of combat in your life is good. It's good for my discipline, it's good for my cardio, and it pushes me, and I enjoy it when I do the sparring. I'll put some clips in actually, just so this whole video isn't me talking to you. But yeah, I enjoy it, and I see myself having a fight sometime next year. I'm still quite early in my development and learning, but I've got a bit of a buzz for it, and it's something that I want to take seriously next year. I'm not going to be a world beater, because at the age I am and learning now, I'm never going to be competing with people who have been doing it for all their life. It's a skill that you need to put 10, 15, 20 years into. I didn't start when I was young. But that being said, there's no self-limiting beliefs. Who knows where I can take it? And that's part of why I want to build up this platform as well, to showcase the development. And who knows, maybe one day I could get on one of the crossover platforms, and if I build up enough buzz. So it's early stages, but it's good to kind of conceptualize things like that for the future. So if you're in a bit of a situation right now where you're unsure or you're pivoting, coming to the end of the year, don't worry. All it takes is a little second to get back on the horse. Like, for example, now I was never going to film this video. I've been procrastinating it for 2-3 weeks since I stopped posting my short form, but I'm picking it up today, and who knows where it will lead. So yeah, that's my bit of advice to you, is if you feel a bit stuck, not happy where you're at, you're the only one that can change it. And I don't feel negative or down, I just feel like there's more to give, and I want to be intentional with what I'm doing. I'm also juggling how to spend my time. I did spend a lot of time doing music, and that love for music hasn't left. It has at certain times, but it hasn't left my soul. I've got quite a deep soul tie to making music, and I realised that when I was driving to work and playing some of my unreleased stuff the other day. So it's hard for me to let that go, but I'm strategizing now. I'm thinking into the new year how I'm gonna keep that in my life. And I think focusing on YouTube and boxing will help take that pressure off a little bit. The pressure to release, the pressure to make certain amounts of music, and I think it will help me to make better stuff when there's not that pressure on it, and I can be more free and spiritual with it. So if you're unsure on what your purpose is, or you can't decide, you see a lot of people saying lock in on a singular focus, and of course there's benefits to that, but we're all learning, we're all going through our 20s, 30s and further, and learning and changing. The guy I was when I was 21, 22, 23, and all I knew was music and I wanted to put everything into it. I'm a bit older now and I'm more strategic, and I think, not that I want immediate payoff, but posting is accountability and it gives me something tangible every day. Music's a bit more of a deep, slower, spiritual thing. I've realised over the years, for my personality type, I need something tangible every day. Like every day I'm pushing the needle towards my goals, and it's hard to do that with music when you're working full time and then get home and try and get in a zone, and it's difficult. So I think it's going to be still a bit of a mixture next year, working out what I'm enjoying the most, what time I've got outside of work. And for you, like I said, if you haven't found your purpose or you're not sure, don't be fooled by that singular focus thing. There's things you can try, and what you like now might change in 3-4 years. So that's where I'm at the moment. The plan for next year is to improve my discipline in general. It's been quite a disciplined year in terms of training. I don't go out really. Haven't wasted a lot of time with women and things like that. But there's been some slips. There's been some distractions, there's been some times wasted with people that I should have realised a bit earlier. Anyway, that's not the point. Next year's discipline, adding the extra percentages, morning routine, getting back to training every morning, and obviously I'm going to have to reassess my training a little bit because I was heavy on 6 times a week in the gym. Now I'm going to train boxing 4 times a week. We may have to tail off some of the weights, and that's another issue in itself because it's dealing with having to be a bit smaller. I mean, the weightlifting stuff was going well but yeah, I'm obviously going to probably have to lose a bit of size, lean out a bit to box. It's not to say I have to get really small, but I'm going to have to just reassess my pattern a little bit. So yeah, next year I want to document on this channel the journey through it, through all of it, through everything I've mentioned, and the struggles that go with it and the lows. Hopefully there won't be too many, because I'm going to be focusing on my mind as well, trying to remove substances, mind-altering substances. Not that I've been doing any drugs or much alcohol at all, to be honest, but like nicotine and things like that I'm still battling with. That's been a battle this year, sorry. But there's these small percentages that I can improve to keep my mind straight and to allow myself to have the energy to have this heavy schedule where I work 9 to 5 and in my evenings and weekends chase something bigger outside of that. So I've got to give myself all them percentages. So I'm going to be documenting that. If you feel like you can relate to anything I've said in this video, if you've even made it this far into these 11 minutes with someone you don't know talking about their life, yeah, like I said, I feel like it's not giving much value, but it can give value if you relate to that stuff and you're in a similar position. So I'm going to be documenting it all. If you feel like you're living a similar life or you can take anything from it, then follow along. I'm not asking for any subscribers or for anything like that in this video, because I feel like I've got to do the work. I've got to give you something for you to want to come along the journey. And if you're one of my existing subscribers, then thank you. I had a lot of people commenting on my YouTube shorts and that my gym stuff and discipline stuff was helping them. I feel like I let them down a little bit by stopping the videos, but I'm human and I had to reassess, and I'm back here now, and hopefully I can give you even more depth in the long form. And I'll be posting to my shorts as well clips of my long form to keep that going as well. So if you feel like that could be a benefit, then stick with me. And that's pretty much all I've got to say. It's not a world-changing video, it's just to turn up, and mainly because I was procrastinating it and putting it off. So if you listened, made it this far, then I appreciate that. I've got a lot of work to do, and I'm not settling for the average. I feel like I'm not made for that. I've always felt like that, and there's been ups and downs and roller coasters and pivots, but deep down in my soul, in my heart, I know that there's more for me, and I know that I've got the discipline, the application, the mindset and the character to do it. And boxing, I feel, will be a big part of that. I love being in there, I love sparring, and I want to challenge myself. So if any of that relates to you, you want more from life, you're stuck in corporate as well, but you've got other passions and hobbies, then stick along for the ride. I live alone in my flat. I don't know why that was relevant to mention, but I guess a lot of guys out there, young guys, are doing everything on their own and feel like they're doing everything on their own. For me, I enjoy it. I enjoy the peace, I enjoy the space. So yes, it's lonely at times, but it's also peaceful at times. So I see it as a strength more than a weakness. I've got no dependence, no partner taking my time, and I think I'm going to keep it that way for a little while, just while I build myself up as a man a little bit. So that's enough from me for this one. I think I planned to do 4 or 5 minutes, it turned into 15. If anyone's even made it this far, then I appreciate you, and I will leave you now, because I feel like I've said more than enough and got out more than I even planned to. So stay locked in, stay headstrong, especially as men. No emotion, no fatigue. We just got to keep going. And as we come towards the end of the year, enjoy your Christmas period. It's not all about bang, 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 grind, 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 but start thinking, because it's cliche, but the new year is a good time to reassess and think. And you need to do it beforehand. Once Christmas is done, Boxing Day is done, and you've done all your family stuff, start to think, because I know that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try and post every day between now and, well, the foreseeable future, really. the foreseeable future, including the Christmas period, because I don't like to do things in halves. And when I commit to YouTube again, like I am now, I know that you have to upload every day. The competition's too crazy, so start thinking over Christmas, and if you're delaying a video or a job application or a piece of art or reaching out to someone, don't do it now. I'm no guru or expert, but tonight has proven to me that a lot can come out and I can be real when I just turn up as my authentic self. No scripts, no nothing. So I promise you, this is the end now. If you can relate, stick around, and I'll see you on the next one.